Where did you go, my lovely? Where did you... I thought you guys were going to chime in. You left me hanging. Wow. I hate both of you. Welcome to the show, geeks, nerds, and people who just want to leave me hanging. And I hate you both. Nerds from Work. Your weekly escape into the world of geeks, nerds, and everything else. I hate you both. You guys threw off my groove.
Can we suggest an item to hang from?
The Emperor's New Groove, and you fucked it up.
Oh, okay. I like that movie, but I totally missed the
Whatever.
I have no memory of the soundtrack, of the songs, or anything.
Whatever. Anyway, what have you guys been up to? I've got to get it off me now. What have you guys been doing?
Oh, me.
Not you. Tank, what have you been doing, buddy?
Tank wasn't ready.
Hey!
Last
look
week.
who it is.
Tank wasn't ready. Spider-Man.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, I never see you.
Those of you listening to the podcast,
One more senorita to the
my
party.
Asian twin brother has just joined in.
Hey!
Hello, Brandon.
Oh, hello.
It's a better-looking better-looking member of the family.
You busted my balls, Hans. You busted my balls. Tank, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? A lot of stuff, actually. I went and saw Lara Croft last week, which was a pretty good movie. It's actually a little bit better when you watch it through the lens. It's kind of unofficially a prequel to the other ones, which kind of makes me like it a little bit better. And then I went and saw Ready Player One today, which I thought was a really fun little adventure. It's not really mentally taxing, but it's not like the trailers.
I wasn't doing puzzles throughout it, but
The only mentally taxing thing in that movie is trying to figure out all the Easter eggs that are getting thrown at you so quick. It's like,
so, I mean, it is what it is. It was fun, but it definitely wasn't like, oh my god, how's this going to end, or where's the twist going to be?
It wasn't Blade Runner.
Correct. Yeah, it was pretty. It's a pretty simple movie, but it was fun.
Now I'm kind of let down.
Yeah, well, especially being a '90s kid, there was a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of older stuff too, but there's a lot of '90s references that I had a lot of fun with. And for all the other computer nerds, I'm trying to build a Linux server, media server, and I've been fighting with getting an 8 terabyte server running on like really old hardware, but it's fun.
Yes, Brandon, that is your hand.
I'm backlit like shit. Do you see this? Everybody on the audio cannot see this. Look how backlit I am. Sorry. I was like, where's the light?
I just see this.
I think now we know what part of when we do get the studio, what part should not be your role. Just straight up lighting. Nah.
No, I can do lighting. It's when I'm using like overhead lighting of my house on my couch. It's just backlit as shit.
I thought you had an office now.
I do, but I'm using the van seats in there, and they're real short, and the table isn't that short. So,
Interesting.
so I was like,
So we're back to bathroom recording for Brandon.
yeah, I'm in the living room, but I was like, yeah, I could take the chair in there, but then I gotta move stuff, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just do it out
furnishing
here. Yeah, dude, fully furnished. I don't what is fully furnished?
There you go. I knew that was going to be a nice rabbit hole for you. Go get it.
I got a fucking dining
Define
room table.
fully furnished. Let's talk about that for a few minutes.
Check that out. Little dining room table. Yeah.
What is this, MTV Cribs?
Fancy?
Yeah, dude. No, HGTV cribs.
HGT.
What the hell?
Only the
All right.
finest.
Naru, what have you been up to, buddy?
Let's see. I've done a whole lot of fun stuff.
All right, Brandon,
let me start with my rabbit. Let me start with how I went down a YouTube rabbit hole the other day.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
That can be the most amazing thing, because I jumped into, I stumbled on an interview that Sly Stallone gave talking about First Blood. Basically his interview about how they made the movie and everything. And it was really, he's a really good storyteller. He's really smart. And when you listen to him, you just be like, wow, that's some really good insight. And then I went from there, and I ended up just jumping from that into the making of Terminator 2, and then the making of Predator, and the making of Predator. I'm like, what is going on? All this stuff I missed. This is so great. For some reason, I hadn't seen those. And I was
sounds
watching
like a great afternoon.
It was an awesome afternoon.
It sounds like a great 4 days in a row.
Actually, thank God, not that long. Mostly 30-minute episodes. But yeah,
like First Blood, Predator, like.
It was pretty cool stuff, but that's just one day. I also saw Ready Player One, and unlike Tank, who seems to have gone in there thinking he was going to get some kind of cerebral
I didn't think
exercise.
I was going to.
Dude, you sound like you went in there thinking, okay, this is going to be a great movie. It's going to challenge me into this is Spielberg with a popcorn movie. Come on.
Okay, I'll rephrase it a little bit then. I knew what was going to happen from the trailers. They gave away too much in the trailers. I guess that's more the point I was trying.
Hold on.
Don't watch
wait, Naru. I listened to our show. Sometimes I like to listen to see how bad we sound. And you and I were fanboying over this movie, and Tank was not. So do not give Tank shit for not liking this movie. Like,
I like.
He told us last week. He was like, whatever. Like,
All right, fine. So Tank's unimportant this episode. Anyway, so I totally.
I do the editing. You can say what you can try and say whatever you want. Yeah, Tank.
So I went in, and I'll just summarize by saying,
Man Dark.
It was fun. It was fun.
Man
Dark.
Whoa.
real quick.
They got the reference, and so I had to give them.
I totally didn't get it, so that's them. Real quick.
I brought that up in a meeting today.
Get out of my repertoire.
Real quick question: who's actually not seen the movie yet?
Ready Player One
tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm gonna just skip over that and just not go into it too deep. But I did see Ready Player One. A friend had not seen Black Panther and asked if I go see it with him again. I'm like, all right, cool. So did that again, and I started hunting on YouTube for every making of for every action movie I've ever liked, and just started building.
Die Hard.
Thank you. Yes,
You're welcome.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Hey. So I am going to build an awesome playlist of every making of I can find, and just watch it when I can.
You should dive into Vimeo.
Why?
That's a rabbit hole I can't even get in.
Yeah.
So
Vimeo has a lot of other stuff.
Vimeo has great stuff. The quality is so much better than YouTube.
They don't.
We're
compress,
on YouTube.
They don't. We're not monetized, so we can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
but see, the thing is, if you go on Vimeo, it's hard to create a rabbit hole like you did. At least for me, it's like you have to know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
But
because
Vimeo,
I've gone on there and I'm like, Brandon, what are you talking about? Like, this is weird.
Like how Vimeo is set up just fucking spins me down rabbit holes. And what you were explaining of how you got in your rabbit hole, Naru, is why I was like, oh, you should look into Vimeo. Because you can, instead of just searching, like you were saying, making of whatever, RoboCop, instead of doing that, you can just click filters, right? Which YouTube doesn't really utilize. So you can filter like documentary, film.
Yeah, that's true.
And then your rabbit hole, instead of looking for key terms, it just says everything in this realm, and then you just get stuck. But
if I do that tonight, I might not come out till after next week's episode.
But it's also geared more towards the creative. Then. Yeah. So it'll probably be less stuff that's like based on the movie and more stuff on like this is how you film this type of stuff and how that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah, and I love that stuff as well. I mean, I'll watch people talking about, script analysis, guys talking about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, my brother and manager got into a chat today about how I'm a film snob. I'm like, who's a film snob? Me. Movie snob? Me? No. Not at all. I mean, you guys.
I know you are because you said film and not movie.
I was going to say movie.
That's how I could tell.
So yeah,
you literally said, "Oh, it's Spielberg with a popcorn movie." That is a movie snob.
So Tank, can we move on, please?
already did my piece.
Oh, crap.
Brandon, piece out the way.
These guys haven't seen any of those, so let's move on to something else.
I have been in a lot of different rabbit holes.
Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't go see Spielberg Popcorn Movie. I really want to go see Isle of Dogs, so I planned on seeing Isle of Dogs this past weekend. And it's not playing in the theater. It just started playing in the theater by me, like right now. Does everybody know what that movie is?
Nope.
It is.
About it.
Yeah, it's a Wes Anderson film with it's like claymation, and it's super dope. Yeah, it's a full claymation Wes Anderson film. So I'm super excited about that.
Oh yeah. The one about the dogs that were banned to an island. And
the Isle of Dogs.
What gave it away? Huh?
Yeah, and then the mayor, the evil mayor bans all these infected dogs to an island, and then his son or stepson or nephew or something goes to get them all back. Goes to find
he's looking for his dog.
Looking for his dog, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're helping him find his dog. Yeah, kind of. It's Australia.
It's the story.
Not my scene, man.
You're welcome.
Not my scene. I feel like there's going to be so much allegory in that, and I just don't think I want to dive into that.
Maybe a cave. Allegory of the cave. You get that?
Yeah.
The jab. So I didn't go see that. I wanted to. I mentioned I bought a new camera last time. What else have I done? So I started watching a podcast on Dungeons and Dragons. So it was like a live stream.
Sounds boring.
Yeah, well, you cannot join. But it's a live stream. They live stream on Twitch, but then they post everything later. It's the one that Vin Diesel was on.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I started watching that, and it's super sick, and it makes me really, really want to play Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or something similar again. I go in these phases of like for a month straight, I'll just be hooked on it. Like I'm trying to play, and then I'll forget about it, and then I'll come back. Right now, I'm on my shit again. So
of course you are, because the first person he always texts, Jason.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? And I'm like, I have no idea how to play that. Like, I would love to.
Yeah.
Don't know how.
I just need I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, and the whole, like, distance figuring it out is another thing, even if I just play, like, around here, whatever.
Yeah.
But, I got into that, and I've been listening to that while I work. So... I made
You've been whistling while you twerk.
I made a cat house out of a box.
True.
We have a cat.
Wait, is it in the living room right now?
No, it's on the like.
I was gonna suggest we come up with every rhyme we can with that. Whistling while you twerk, glistening while you smirk.
Hey, fun fact: the Yin Yang twins had the same exact monkey statue that my mom did.
What? That means Yin Yang twins shopped at Kirkland's.
Yep.
Not so thug anymore. Damn, just ruined it for you.
Online Kirkland's was not a thing back then.
Yeah, I think they didn't buy it on the low. They walked into Kirkland's and said, "Hey, I like that monkey," and they bought the monkey. That's what they did, right?
I guess.
All right. My turn. So I've been reading more because I get home and I just want to relax and read, and I don't want to watch anything. I don't want to do anything because I stare at a screen all day. Oddly enough, I read comics on a screen too.
You get those blue light blocker glasses.
So I'll walk around like fucking Ray Donovan. Anyway, I've started watching Billions. I love that show. It's a thinking man's show. So, like, I watch it, and Kelsey's like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, just shut up. I love this. Like, what he's doing is so evil, and I love it. And she's like, what do you mean what he's doing? So but I can't even enjoy it now because I'm so tired when I get home. I just want to read. If you guys follow me on the old tweet machine, I posted about this I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that?
No, hold it a little bit closer. A little closer. There you go.
XMen Gold.
Closer.
XMen Gold. I just started reading that series.
Give us your 15-second breakdown.
It's X-Men in the 90s before it got political.
Sick. What's the team?
Yeah. Right now the team is led by Kitty Pryde, Old Man Logan, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey's daughter, who came from the future, and Storm.
Cyclops?
No, Cyclops and Jean have a son and a daughter.
Jean
Grey's son turns out to be
Madeline Pryor's daughter. Who are we talking about?
No, Jean Grey's daughter, who harnesses the power of the Phoenix. So she's like the most powerful telepath ever.
I'm so out of touch with that. I thought it was Madeline Pryor that had a child with Scott.
No, it's Jean Grey and Scott's child. I can't remember her name right now.
So in this continuity, though, the other girl exists.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is
your dog,
like,
Scott. Your dog,
Scott Summers.
Scott.
It would be even better if Jean Grey and Wolverine had a child.
Hell yeah.
That would be dope.
Behind Scott.
That would be dope.
And then Scott raised it.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
Why does my kid have telepathy and healing powers, but not heat vision? I don't understand.
I don't understand this.
I have a question. Why hasn't anybody done that yet? You could have an alternate universe where the child of Wolverine and Jean Grey has both their powers.
Technically,
shows up.
That child would be a telepath with healing powers and bone claws.
And telekinesis.
Yeah. Anyway,
but the babies don't have their parents' powers.
Say again.
Sometimes
they're just born as a mutant. They don't necessarily have to have all the powers.
Wolverine.
Wolverine passed it on to his two children. He has two children. Right. Well, one is his real child, and one is like his.
But wasn't like Quicksilver Magneto's kid?
Yeah, they don't always have to carry the same traits.
I'm just saying it's not a given thing that your kid will not have your powers. Neither is it a given thing that your kid will have your powers.
But X-Men
Gold
Gold
just knows he'll be a mutant.
Yeah.
So the way it was split up after X-Men vs. Inhumans, they fought, the X-Men won. X-Men Gold is a team that I would enjoy because it's a lot of like 90s superheroes. Then they have X-Men Blue, which is a team that Brandon might enjoy because it's got young Hank McCoy, who's not blue. It's got young Jean Grey, who came from the past to the future. And a few other, it's got like Bobby Drake and like the younger.
Basically the original X-Men.
I like Nightcrawler though.
Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Nightcrawler.
Dope though.
He's my new Dungeons and Dragons character is based off of Nightcrawler.
Nice, dude. So I've been reading that. I know I've been saying I'm going to do another comic corner soon, and I think this book right here, this one,
Old Man Hawkeye,
that might be the book that does it for me.
They have the thickest jaws, dude. Put that art back up on the screen.
Put that young art up.
Hey, yo.
Thick ass.
Lean back, man. Your jaw is so thick on the screen. What's wrong with you?
But that I'm picking up the third issue this weekend. Jamie at Galactic Quest, my brick and mortar that I go to, they sold out of Hawkeye number 3, Old Man Hawkeye. She called another store just to order it for me. Now, yes, I could have got it off Comixology, but sometimes you just want that paper in your hands feel. I don't know. In this series, I'm going to keep collecting.
Especially in the bathroom.
No, you can take your tablet in the bathroom. You can red flag that shit all day. It's good. I am going to do a review of Old Man Hawkeye because that series is amazing. Brandon, I've been reading this.
Oh, nice.
Scarlet Spider. What's it?
Scarlet Spider. You don't remember that from the 90s?
Do. The clone of Peter Parker.
Yeah. Ben Reilly.
What was his name again?
Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
But there are two Scarlet Spiders, and they're both clones of Spider-Man. Yeah, Yeah, it's cool though.
The Spiderverse stuff is just weird sometimes.
Well, that leads me. Have you guys been seeing the trailers for the new Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse movie?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. There's an animated Spider-Man.
He hasn't been going into movie theaters.
Yeah, it's animated. It's going to be. They make it seem like it's going to be centered around Miles Morales' Ultimate Spider-Man, but we see him talking to Peter Parker, and he asks him, "How many of us are there?" So,
yeah,
and it's
Spider-Man,
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Spider people.
Yeah.
Is it it might just be basically the Spider-Man storyline.
It's actually called Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but it's like Miles Morales and Peter Parker team up. Like their two universes collide. Yeah. Brandon, you and I read Miles Morales, didn't we?
Yeah, and I enjoy it. I don't enjoy when they bring universes together all the time and people mix, match, and match up and hang out together. I like Miles Morales as Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Peter Parker died in there, but I don't want him to hang out with Peter Parker.
Miles Morales was there so Miles Morales is from Ultimate.
Right.
Yeah, and Peter Parker gets killed and he's there.
Exactly. And he was there when Peter Parker gets killed. Yeah. And then he comes into canon, like the regular Marvel universe. And I don't know how I feel about him crossing over. I like him in Ultimate as Miles Morales, like Brandon was saying. I like that, but I don't like when he crosses over.
I just don't want multiple kind of like Naru is getting at. I don't like multiple spider people together.
Yeah.
Like the second you start getting over 2, 3, I'm like, wait, what's this? Everybody's Spider-Person? So, where's the special? Like, how does that make you interesting?
Yeah.
So I was talking at the comic book store the Saturday. I stopped in, I was grabbing my books, and we started talking about this, and I want everyone's opinion. When I was a kid, I read a lot of Marvel comics because this is what they look like right here. And XMen.
That is a very 90s look, though, I have to say.
It is. It is a very 90s look, and I dig it. But I was reading a lot of stuff like Spider-Man, the original X-Men from 91, number 1. I still have that. And that comic is like, oh gosh, I think the last time I looked it up, it was like $200 or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, and I got it in 1991, and I still have it in a sleeve. Brandon knows which one I'm talking about. It's got like the really cool art. When you open it up, it's got Psylocke, Wolverine, and all them.
Can I have it?
No, you can't have it. I collect. Why would I let you? Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is what Power Rangers number 25 came in. How sweet is that?
So sick.
It's so sick. But it's like a Schrodinger's cat, because that's a black bag. So I don't know.
You open it, you kill it.
Yeah, I'm not going to open it. I already read it on Comixology.
It's dead.
So, Schrodinger's cat. But anyway, when I was a kid, I read Marvel. I grew up, I got out of comics for a while, got back into comics, and when I got back into them, tried to pick up Marvel again, and it was just too far gone. And I'm like, I don't really like this. It was after Civil War, and I'm like, Civil War is great, but after that, it was kind of weird. And then I picked up DC. I was reading DC a lot, and now I feel like I'm reading more Marvel. X-Men went back to the good formula they had in the 90s, where it was they're mutants, humans hate them, and they're trying to save the world. Like, they say it in XMen Gold, issue number 1. We got back to what we do right. Spider-Man, obviously you can see Scarlet Spider, went back to that. Old Man Hawkeye. That series is amazing. They have Old Man Logan out now too. Old Man Logan and Deadpool. Like, they've got a lot of stuff, and I'm going back to Marvel.
Alex has like 4 or 5 Old Man Logan Deadpool.
Well, I want your opinion on where do you stand currently and why?
Ooh, I'll go first because mine's really easy. Let me go. Mine's really, really easy. Ready?
Japan anime.
It's manga. Damn it, we're talking
Japan
comics.
Animation.
I stand manga because I'm the one person on the panel who doesn't actually read American comics. I watch all most of the shows. I know a lot of the stories. I don't actually read the books. So
I don't read a lot of them.
Mine is not that hard either.
But why do you stay there and not read American comics?
The biggest thing for me is I've tried to get into like DC. I've tried to get into DC a few times, and it's just kind of daunting because like there's no easy way to get into it, and you have to read, or you don't have to, but the way I would want to read them, I would have to read so many different books to get like the full story.
Graphic novels. They have like the full collection, like Civil War. If you pick up like the first volume,
paperbacks and all that.
But if you buy like correct me if I'm wrong, Naru, the first Civil War like omnibus, like the graphic novel, isn't just Civil War comics. It's got like Civil War, Spider-Man, but it's like all in order of like how it happens.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would have to do it. I just haven't, because I can get to all my manga online, and it's much harder to find American comics online. So,
not if you buy them.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yes, you are correct.
No.
It is not hard, and the first thing you said wasn't true either. I find them all the time. Pretty easy. I'll hook you up.
Hold on, I have got to, because I read this comic and I immediately thought of Naru. Brandon, what's your thoughts? While
I'm already scared. Right
I'll go because Naru's is also going to be super long, probably.
It was going to be pretty short. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm actually on the same line with Tank, because I also don't read them that often, Tank, even though I know I sound like I have a plethora of knowledge on all the topics we always talk about. I throughout my life, I have probably read more manga than American comics, and most of the comic stuff that I get into is mainly like doing research about characters. Like I care more about doing research about characters and then reading about that character. And then I've like picked up certain like timelines and whatever, because Jason's like he just did, oh, you would like this one. I'm like, okay. And then I'll read like 10 of them, and then I'll wait until he's like, oh, this crazy shit happened. And I'm like, okay. And then I'll like read that part. But yeah, I'm also part of I want the whole thing together, and that's why I do have some graphic novels that Jason was talking about.
Yeah.
Because even if it's like, whenever I was younger, I loved New X-Men. And that's why Jason was like, oh, you'll probably like this team because it's younger, because I loved New X-Men. And I would only buy graphic novels, though, because it was the full like story would come all at once. And I loved that. They were super sick. But now that you brought that up though, Jason, since I haven't been reading anything or keeping up to date, also a lot of the characters that, if anybody has been paying attention to the show for any amount of time, they know which characters I like, which are mostly like Robins and not the main limelight Robins. They've kind of been getting like
killed.
The shit. Yeah, killed or like just written out of the story. And I'm like, okay. I'm just like trying to find a comic that has characters that I know and I like. I'm not trying to fall in love with new characters. And I'm like, okay. The X-Men has like you said, has the characters that we've already fallen in love with, and they're going back to the old stuff. And I've found myself talking more and more about X-Men recently with my friends at work and stuff. About it.
I've got XMen Gold and Blue on Comixology.
Yeah, I'll pick it probably, up. Yeah. I read, I can't remember what it was. I read a bunch of shit of yours on Comixology recently. I like downloaded it.
And it's the gold, and it's the graphic novels too.
Oh, okay.
It's all, I think I've got like 2 XMen Blue and 3 XMen Gold graphic novels. Okay. So
I'll probably read it.
My daughter has actually picked up Comixology as well.
Nice.
They have DC Superhero Girls and
Josie.
No, Madeline.
What?
Yeah. She picked it up, and she picked up DC Superhero Girls, and there's some Ladybug comic that she wanted. So I was like, hey, that's cool with me. Like, you want to read? Let's do it. This is for Naru. It's in the back page of XMen Gold. It's like their little forward or aftward, whatever.
Right.
It says, thank you. Seriously, thanks. If you're reading this, it means that you bought the first issue of XMen Gold, right? right? If you torrented it, you should feel appropriately terrible.
Okay, back up. Now, I could probably share the guilt on that with Tank, just FYI.
Wow.
Having said that,
guy.
Yeah, if I'm drowning, I'm drowning with you, bud.
He did it too. He did it too.
Yeah, no, but here's the thing, and my situation is really a little bit about what you guys talked about before. I had been away from comic books for even longer than any of y'all, and it started with me kind of digging back into, I think I came across one of those European comic books, either Asterix or Tintin, and I thought, wow, I would like to read one of those again. And I had no way of getting those in Nigeria. Like, there's just literally nowhere I could find them everywhere I went. And then I went online and thought, I Googled Tintin, and I found by accident a place where I could read them online. And then I just started reading everything there. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then I found even more Tintin and Asterix, and then I found DC stuff and Marvel stuff. I'm like, oh, wow, let's see what's happening now, you know? And what was amazing to me was how much events had taken over the industry. Like, it was like there's an event every year, something new every so often. And it was so big, like Tank said, there's so many books to track down. It got really irritating. So what I just started doing was, like I said some time back, was I would just go back and say, okay, what event did I miss 6 years ago? And I would look for that event, and I would open up on one tab the one comic that had the list of all the must-reads. And then the other tab, I would just, look for every single one of those. And that's how I caught up. But eventually I caught up. So I would occasionally buy a book or jump into the library when I moved to the States and read books there. Here's where it got interesting, though. I started stumbling into that thing where even in an event comic, sometimes the comic that's supposed to come out 2 months from now doesn't, and then the one that's supposed to come out 3 months from now for another story comes out before the other. So it got really interesting and irritating at the same time. So I decided I needed something new. So the thing I'm doing now more...
Meth.
No, please.
Heroin.
That's not my kind of white powder. But
heroin? No, it's black tar, baby.
Now I'm doing more of the. I'm discovering the independent guys. That's the thing. The guys who are the other creators, creator-owned content. Now, not too niche, but everything from all the guys who went out and kind of.
You said that wrong. You said that wrong. In America, it's Nietzsche.
Shut up.
Really, dude?
Wow, Tank. Really, we could have
dude?
rolled with that one.
And you really thought I would have bought that? Please.
Yes.
Yeah, right. You have a very,
so
very
where do you stand, Marvel or DC? And because I feel like we took a whole comics
But that's the thing. That's not what you were asking.
That is what I'm asking.
Are we Marvel or DC? Oh, your question was, are we Marvel or DC?
Yeah.
With the new platform of how comic books are coming out.
I've been doing a lot more DC. Probably. But I'm still I told you guys how I went into looking. I focused on nothing but Invincible for weeks.
Yeah,
it's weird.
So you're focused more on not even Marvel or DC. You're focused more on independent now.
Pretty much.
Okay. See, that's how easy it was. That's all I had to say.
The whole torrent thing, though, from a marketing standpoint, the reason they poke fun at it is because no company is making money with comic books. They're allowed to poke fun at it because getting BitTorrents spread the name of Marvel and or DC
even further. Yeah,
they don't have. That's like saying me giving you my whatever discount on whatevercompany.com, and they're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. That person's getting a discount that you shouldn't be giving them because they don't work here or blah, blah, blah. And it's like someone else is still wearing that brand and now you're still getting free exposure.
Well, it's also giving them exposure and driving up movie tickets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where they're making their money is movies.
You're going to go buy a movie ticket. Although I spend more money on comic books than I do movies.
This fucking cat.
I will say this though, that was kind of scary. Every so often, like I will read a series and think, okay, when I've caught up, I'm like, okay, now I'm going to buy this one, and I'll buy it on Comixology because I'm like, that's really good stuff, and I want to support that. So I don't entirely just do torrents, but I will. Brought to you by.
I'll do whatever Jason buys on Comixology.
Well, he's worse than torrents. He's a leech. All right. Sorry, I'm eating a gummy bear. These things are like eating a gummy bear isn't a slacker.
You knew the transition was coming up. You heard the conversation coming to an end, and you still put a gummy bear in your mouth, knowing full well that you needed to transition us to the next
yeah.
topic.
Ready? Hold on. Gummy bear. All right.
Can we get some like ASMR stuff or no?
What?
Okay.
What?
ASMR.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
What?
Do you know what ASMR is?
What?
It's okay. I can't tell if you're fucking with me or if you just don't know what it is.
You can't.
I don't know what it is.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
It's basically where like people get like super close up on the mic and they'll like either like make noises or they'll like take like a piece of paper or they'll like chew really close or like people get like way into it. The people who listen to it, it's I don't know that much about it. I know what it is, but that's like that's the
It was weirdly hypnotic watching Brandon little square in the corner there.
Yeah, that's what all the ladies say.
It's weird watching you in the little square in the corner over there.
Nice. Chat roulette. Hit me up.
All right, guys. So I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but it's pretty hard to stay away from the news nowadays, and everything's talking about Infinity War.
What is it? Thanos be? What was it? What is that hashtag?
Who cares?
Thanos says be silent or something.
Oh yeah.
Was that it?
So there's a lot going on with Infinity War, and I just want to know, in all honesty, we know people are gonna die. Like, there will be characters after Infinity War, like after the what is
Thanos
it? It's not a trilogy.
Silence.
It's not a trilogy, right? It's just a two-part, part one, part two.
It's not even technically, according to what as far as I'm aware, it is Avengers 3 and Avengers 4. Avengers 3 is Infinity War.
So it's a two-part.
Well, originally, but from what they've been saying, Avengers 4 is not part 2 is so when they first announced 3 and 4, it was Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. Now it is Avengers 3 and Infinity War and Avengers 4, and there's no other title for it yet. So
it might be like the aftermath of Infinity War.
Yes, but it's not a. It's not going to be half a movie and half a movie. It's going to be Infinity War.
Harry Potter,
and then,
Deathly Hallows Part 1, Deathly Hallows Part 2.
No, because Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 are a continuation of
That's
the
what I'm
exact
saying.
same story.
It's
okay,
not
correct.
that.
Yes.
It's not that.
At least that is my understanding. I haven't looked it up recently, but...
And I hope that that's right, because I want one movie, because Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows was great. Did not want it split into two movies.
No. Same thing.
Because now I feel like I got to sit down. Now I feel like I got to sit down and watch both of them at the same time.
Right.
So I want the movie, the first one, to be, hey, we're gonna mess up everything you know, and then the second one will be kind of like how we're gonna repair it from here. Like, everything's done. How do we rebuild? Like.
Could they make a whole movie off of like rebuilding?
Yeah.
What would the conflict be?
You're gonna have how many movies in between?
Iron Man.
2 movies in between? I gotta look it up.
Yeah,
now.
but what are those movies?
Captain Marvel's one of them. I gotta look it up though.
Which is gonna be part of the rebuild.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there'll be one movie that's like, this is how we're rebuilding.
Well, it's not gonna be.
It'll be a general theme.
Rebuild of the universe. It's gonna be how, like the first Avengers movie. this team coming together, the team working together, because it's going to be all new heroes. It's going to be what? Captain Marvel, probably Ant-Man will survive. We'll get into who's going to survive later. But it's going to be phase 2 of the MCU. So it's going to be a whole new team. So let's talk about, because I've got my own theories. All right? No. But, oh yeah, I do. I haven't seen any trailers. Let me preface this entire conversation with that. I have yet to see one single trailer for Infinity War. But I do know that they said people will not survive. And at the end of Infinity War, you will be surprised at who is left and who isn't. So, what are your theories on who will survive and who won't? Who will survive and who won't?
Black Panther's gonna survive.
Yeah,
he wasn't even in the
topic right now.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking. But did you see the most recent like Instagram plug of everybody? They're like, Happy birthday, Robert Downey Jr. Right. Here's also all the pictures. And
are you ready for my... I'll throw this theory in right now because Brandon's saying Black Panther's not in something.
Yeah.
Hawkeye isn't in it either.
Yeah.
Like
but
they have not...
Jeremy Renner...
anything.
But Jeremy Renner has been seen on set.
I don't understand when he said Black Panther. Are we talking about the same thing? Because are you talking about the marketing material or the movie?
I'm talking about just marketing material.
Okay.
So
it kind of freaked me out that he's so huge and then he wasn't in that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy, right?
Has
I don't know who Jeremy Renner is.
Jeremy Renner.
Hawkeye.
Renner.
Yeah, Renner. Jeremy Renner has been seen on set wearing all black. Hawkeye doesn't wear all black. Ronan does.
Doesn't Ronan? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So my theory, Ronan is during the Civil War, they were like going after a lot of the Avengers and stuff. Hawkeye put on a different costume, called himself Ronan, and saved a ton of people. And then later they find out it's Hawkeye. I think it's going to be the same thing, and that's why he's in absolutely no marketing material.
Probably. And you're trying to tell me that I'm supposed to believe that somehow a guy walking around in all black with uncanny arrow shooting ability and no one knows who he is.
Dude, Superman puts on a pair of glasses and no one knows who he is. All right, so
no.
Get past that part.
I'm talking about the MCU, dude.
Like, Jeremy was walking on set and he had like combat boots on. He had like the full black apparel and like a black duffel bag.
It's a given. Ronan's going to be there.
Do you think he'll be Hawkeye or do you think he'll be Ronan?
He'll be Hawkeye. This guy's just Ronan. Move on. That's pretty clear.
But he's in no marketing material
because he's Ronan.
Yeah, they probably want that to like be a like exciting thing.
Like Spider-Man?
Yeah. Where they tried to hide it for so long.
Right.
They basically want you to go, ooh, that's what he looks like. It's awesome.
I want that to happen because that will bring the fanboy out so hard. Like Ronan comes in, boom, 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 takes out Thanos, and you're like, the Archer that everyone was making fun of, the Archer when it started. Like even the other heroes were like, oh, he has no superpowers. Takes out Thanos, like the most powerful. I'm just saying that would be
so
amazing.
Impossible. That would never happen.
Not right now because we're
Man
talking who's
Hawkeye.
gonna live and who dies. But I do want to add in a second fishtail to do we think Thanos dies? But hold on to that because that's a different. Because the thing I want to bring up, Ant-Man and the Wasp has their movie after this movie. Captain Marvel, I don't think is actually in this movie, and her own movie is right after.
I think she'll be at the end.
You think she'll be like a end credit or at the end?
No, I think so. My theory is that she's going to be a part of the wave that helps to defeat Thanos. Like at the very end, you don't really get much story about her, but she is she is going to be the Superman for the MCU after this movie. But I think that we saw her in an aircraft carrier or something like that for
Sounds
her
right, yeah.
sneak peek.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, for like San Diego Comic-Con last year or something. I think that somehow Hawkeye is going to contact her just like he showed up at Civil War with Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like he just shows up and he
but
has
the
Ant-Man.
question is, I don't think she's going to be on planet. There's no other way for them to tell us all this stuff's been going on and somebody as powerful as her.
No, it'll be she'll show up like
She'll
somehow.
I just don't think she's off world. That's what I think.
Until the very end.
She'll show up at the right.
She'll show up
because she's definitely not on world, not now.
No.
So we're supposed to be getting a Spider-Man Homecoming 2, which unless they make a prequel, they can't really kill him off. We're getting a Guardians 3, which I guess technically we don't need all of the characters for the third movie. So that could be if they killed off one.
Star-Lord is gonna live.
Yeah, Star-Lord's gonna have to live, but
he's too big.
Of the ancillary characters.
Gamora, no. Star-Lord lives. Groot will die. But
again.
Groot will live
again.
Raccoon, Rocket, he'll live.
I feel like you could get
Rocket's too big.
I don't think
Drax. They will get rid of Drax.
Drax will die.
Yeah, I think Drax will die, or Gamora.
Drax will give his life, or something.
What about Nebula?
Yeah.
Nebula will definitely die.
Or Mantis. And I know she's different in the comics, but her character seems a little useless in the movie.
So it'll be it will not be Rocket.
She's pretty resilient though.
From the comics.
Rocket?
No, the movie. She got hit by a flying boulder.
Oh, I have to go back and watch it.
Rocket, Star-Lord, and some adaptation of Groot will survive for the Guardians. Do we all agree on that?
I agree.
Did you mention Gamora?
No, Gamora, I think she could be either or. She could live, she could die.
See, I think Rocket could be either way, and I think that would
I think Rocket's too big of a marketing tool right now for them. Okay, so they have an Infinity... No, this is why I think that. I was at the Brick and Mortar, right? And they have a new comic called Prelude to Infinity. And they have literally 20 different variant covers. Each one was $5. But the one with Rocket and Groot on it was $20. Rocket is too hot right now for them to get rid of him. Like, this comic just came out and they're already charging $20 for it.
Huh.
I almost bought it just off that.
So, I don't know, because then... I guess the bigger question is, which of, the original Avengers, do any of them survive? Cap, Iron Man, Thor, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk.
Oh, gosh.
Thor lives.
Thor has his three movies.
Will live.
Thor lives. I don't care.
Well, no. Thor might... You're right.
Thor lives.
Thor has his 3 movies. Cap has all his movies. Iron Man has all his
movies.
Here's
the thing.
I could see all of them dying.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Who would it
Cap
more financially? Financially, it makes more sense to lose some of the big guns. Iron Man for sure. He's definitely.
Yeah, Iron Man is dying. Are we all in agreement for Iron Man?
You just want Iron Man to die so you can shove it in Naru's face.
Hey, I'm already I said that's we're beyond that. I think he is going to die.
Iron Man will die, but so will Cap.
Exactly. So I think they're both going.
Oh, fair.
Thor, I don't think he's going to die.
I don't think he dies, but I definitely think he steps away.
I don't think he's coming back.
Where's he going to go?
The Hulk will survive. The Hulk always survives.
You can't kill the Hulk.
Yeah, he always lives.
I don't care who hits him.
Ant-Man, I am stoked that I know Ant-Man.
We know Ant-Man does not die because he has a movie coming out after.
Later this year?
Okay.
And
but
we also know that the world
is dope, though.
We also know the world survives because we have the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie coming right after.
Yep. But,
who else?
What about what's
Black Panther?
What's his other name?
Black Panther lives. They can't kill him.
Yeah, Black Panther is gonna live.
They're making so much money off Black Panther.
Oof. Yeah, from a marketing standpoint, I think Black Panther should definitely live at this point. But also, what if the decision of who lives and who dies was made before Black Panther hit theaters? Would Black Panther have lived or died?
So
they would change.
What if his contract? Yeah, what if his contract was written before the movie came out?
Even
then he was written, okay, you're going to be in this Avengers movie,
there was just no
have
way
your own movie.
Would you be more mad?
Wait.
Would you be more mad if they killed him in this movie and then brought him back in the next?
Yeah, I'd be mad. I'd be mad if they killed him off. I'm just saying what he...
No. He can die.
How can he die?
Because the role gets passed on. So Black Panther would live.
Good point.
But he would die.
No, there's no more of those flowers.
Nah, trust me, they'll find a way. Nah, yeah.
I think he would live though, because he's like, first of all, because marketing, and second of all, because he's this like lower tier character before the movie came out. Right? Yeah. He's this B class, C class character that, just like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. They're gonna
try to get like 4 or 5 movies out of him before he dies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But wouldn't it be weird if like they wrote his contract that you are Black Panther and you die in this movie because we don't think the Black Panther movie is gonna do well. The Black Panther movie does freaking ridiculously well, and they're like, oh shit.
I doubt it.
Will you have an extension? Will you please sign this?
Kevin Feige said that even before, like, they did the movie, and they were already working on Black Panther 2.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know there was a number 2 already.
Yeah, there is. In the works. So that's definitely happening. In his circle, though, the guys in the movie, if you start trying to picture who may or may not die, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
So,
Spider-Man lives.
Spider-Man lives. You can't kill Bucky because he has to take up the shield when Iron Man dies.
Ooh, no, he doesn't.
I mean, Falcon can.
Did you say when Iron Man dies?
No.
Yeah.
And Cap dies.
He did say that.
So I guess Falcon or Bucky could take it, but
I think they're already gearing him up for the White Wolf storyline.
I think Bucky will die. Because I think I don't want Bucky to die. I think Bucky and Cap are awesome. But I do think that Anthony Hopkins will stay and be Falcon. And Falcon will turn into Cap. Because that'd
be sick.
That story was great. Falcon is a great character. Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, yeah.
Anthony Mackie is a fun guy.
Anthony Mackie is one of the best actors that they grabbed
early
for Marvel, period. Yeah. Like, they got him when he was just coming up. Dude, Paul Rudd is awesome.
I love Paul Rudd.
I love you, man.
Paul Rudd is just a fool. I mean, did you see? There's a video I saw where they said Paul Rudd loved the fact that everybody was in harness and wires. And even his scenes that didn't require it, he insisted on getting wired up.
Paul Rudd is so good. Oh, man. Captain America, I love you. He's like,
I know you too.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is great. And then the scene between him and Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
Like, in any movie. I think that Anthony Mackie brings that comedy. It's so good.
Anthony Mackie has good chemistry with Paul Rudd.
He has good chemistry with so many.
Great chemistry with
the Winter Soldier.
That whole sequence.
Can you scoot your seat up? No.
That whole sequence where Cap gets the kiss and they both look at each other like mm-hmm.
No, God, where they fight Spider-Man.
That was
still one of my favorite scenes in all of the MCU.
So real.
Where it's like, he calls the Falcon hits Spider-Man, and Winter Soldier's like, you couldn't just do that from the beginning? Shut up.
And that chemistry is real, man. That chemistry is real. Like, even if you watch all the videos of their interviews together, you can see that these guys are definitely having a blast together all the time. Like, they spent months going after Tom Holland.
Yeah.
They made fun of that guy like you would not believe.
They killed Tom Holland.
They butchered him, man.
But
hey,
I think Anthony Mackie should take it up. Ooh, Vision will die.
He has to die.
Vision will die.
He has to. How else does he get? How else will he get the stone?
Witch. I think she's gonna make it. Scarlet Witch will survive.
Do you think she'll be pregnant at the end?
I think they're not gonna go that far just yet.
Do they even own the rights?
Do you think she'll have twins? Isn't it like a generational thing? Her sisters are twins.
She's a twin.
In the comics,
she's a twin.
Is it twins?
Yeah, her and Quicksilver are twins.
Are twins, yeah.
I was thinking Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Hey, can we just say that she's the most successful Olsen sister?
Acting.
What about their brother?
For sure. Hey, what about
brother? Is pretty successful.
What about War Machine?
War Machine,
he's dead.
He almost died in the last one. He almost died in the last one.
How many times has he died?
Make it now.
He's come close.
AntMan almost. Wasn't it AntMan? Or was it... Who took him out? No, Falcon.
Vision took him out.
Well, Vision shot the bolt and Falcon got out of the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Vision took him out. And dude, he fell. That was a bad fall. That was one of those where you see it happen, you think, there's no way he survives that.
Yeah, in the theater, we're all like, oh,
no
he's
way.
Dead.
I think they should have just killed him. I think that would have been a way bigger.
Look, they messed with our minds. Did you see that sequence where because you got Falcon coming this way, you got Iron Man coming this way, and you're thinking they're gonna catch him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that scene where you're like, and Infinity War will have those, and people will die in Infinity War.
People will die.
But get away from a sad topic. Let's stay in the MCU. I retweeted this a couple days ago. So let's cover. We were talking about they picked up Paul Rudd, they picked up Anthony Mackie, they picked up Chris Pratt. And that was like those three right there are winners, right? Yes, you can argue they picked up Chris Hemsworth, but he was already big. Like whatever.
No, he was not big.
Chris Hemsworth?
He was not. The only thing he had done before he got cast as Thor was he was the dad who was Captain Kirk's dad in Star Wars.
No.
What had he done before that?
Done a lot.
What?
Chick flicks. He did chick flicks. And
you're just proving my point.
No. I know this because I'm trying to remember what came out before.
Go ahead.
But I know that he was in more. Anyway, whatever.
He was coming up. He had not done anything successful before that. To be honest, even after that, he's barely done anything left successful.
And right? They're grabbing people left and right. Fantastic Four is making a comeback. Like Marvel owns the rights to Fantastic Four again.
Not yet.
They do?
Well,
that deal doesn't come through.
Yeah, they own
that deal.
They're starting to.
Are we talking about the movies or the comic book?
In the comics, they're starting to ramp it back up
because they're hoping to get the rights.
No, the deal ends with Fox in 2019 for Fantastic Four. Now, I saw something online and I retweeted it. What do you think of John Krasinski playing Reed Richards?
Yeah, I saw that.
Isn't he playing Shazam for DC, or is that somebody else?
No, that's someone else.
What?
Who is this person you speak of?
John Krasinski, Jim from The Office.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Love Jim.
You realize he's not the same guy, right?
I do, and he's in a new movie.
Bad.
With his real wife in real life. Yeah.
And he directed it.
How are you confusing Tank? How are you confusing him with Zachary Levi?
Oh.
That's just
Tank, if you go to my
Chevy
Twitter,
to the levee, but the levee was dry.
That's true. If you go to my Twitter and you go down, I retweeted it and it's got him and Reed Richards like side by side.
There's a pretty cool picture that shows that he could be him. Yeah. My concern, though, is are they going to come up with an older Reed Richards, a younger Reed Richards? I have no idea how they're going to make it happen.
I think that
I have an idea how they could do it.
They proposed with the white streak across and the full beard. Yeah, that one would be dope. I don't want kids. I don't want the kids. I don't want the cheesy Fantastic Four that was ruined already.
The kids' idea was a good idea, but they killed it, so no.
I think the MCU will do great once Disney owns the rights to the Fantastic Four. They're going to bring it back, and they're going to do it right, and everyone's going to love the Fantastic Four again.
How would you bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU? I have a pretty cool idea how they could do that based off of Infinity War.
They could do it off Infinity War, but they won't because they don't own the rights yet. I mean, they could drop Easter eggs.
By the time they do the second Infinity War, they probably will. I'm just saying, how would you do it?
Easter eggs.
How would you do it? How would you explain to this guy?
So okay, if I was writing it, right, this team would be going to the moon for the government to examine to make sure that nothing else like Thanos was coming to Earth ever again, and maybe installing a satellite or something to get more range out, so that way Earth has a better chance, like a warning system. But on its way out, the whole situation happens where, the plane gets taken by the Skrull, blah, 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 blah. And then that's how they get their powers, because they're already out in space. Like, you have to push them out to get the power.
I would link it to Thanos' attack and the consequences of that fight, because that fight means he's using all the stones or some of the stones, including reality-changing stones. There's so many things you can do and spin off of that into, because he did that, they got caught in the backlash, or alternate universes got pulled into each other and stuff happened. There's so many ways you can take this. You can actually rewrite characters.
What if, just off of what you just said, what if that is the thing that they've been waiting to drop? Like, reality-changing stones. Now we work with everyone. So Fox, Disney, Sony, everyone, we all work together. Fantastic Four is coming in. The X-Men are coming in. You're going to get Avengers versus X-Men. That's Avengers 4.
Here's the best part. Who's that guy? That's Tony Stark. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. That's not Tony. That's Tony. Deal with it.
The best will be Quicksilver when they go back and forth. Like, I thought you died, but no, I thought you were. Yeah.
And I like the MCU's Quicksilver better, and I think I'm the only guy that does. Pietro was better for me in the MCU than he was in
I think
Avengers
he was more interesting in the MCU, but his powers were definitely better in...
They're portrayed better, yeah.
By far.
Oh, no. X-Men Unlimited Quicksilver was the best.
What are you talking about?
You need to do your homework, sir. It's a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're talking about X-Men Evolution?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, because I was 46 when that fucking cartoon came out. Act like you watched it, Naru. Act like you watched it.
Like X-Men Unlimited. I'm like, what? You mean Justice League Unlimited, right? But I'm going to let that slide, because I like Brandon. I'll let it go. Yeah.
All right, guys. We have... Okay, so...
Who lives?
What you don't know...
Who dies?
What you don't know is before... we started this show, I said, Tank, this isn't going to be a long one. This should be like 20 minutes. And Tank said, Jason, we can literally go on for an hour about anything. And we could keep going. Like, I hear Naru right now fumbling around in his brain. I can hear that shit. So I'm going to cut him off. Whatever. He can yell at me later. But, guys, tell them where they can find you. Tank.
Yep, you guys can find me at the Cape Critic. Being really pissed if they kill Thanos.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. Where they can find you and the one person you don't want them to kill. Tank doesn't want them to kill Thanos. Naru.
You can find me at Naru Jay on Twitter. And the one person I would be pissed if they killed is Black Panther. The person I'd be stunned if they killed is the Hulk.
Brandon.
You can find me on Craigslist Missed Encounters at bmiller425. I would be pissed if they killed Paul Rudd. And they can't, but I'd be pissed if they killed Paul Rudd. Technically they could, because his movie could be a prequel, but regardless. Yeah.
Ooh, now you scared me.
All right. Yeah, I didn't want to hear that, Brandon. I was thinking it the whole time. I didn't want to hear it. You put words to my fears. All right, you guys can find me at Houdini0333 on the old tweet machine. And the one person I don't want them to kill is Batman. So,
I'm glad you're on the same podcast that we are, bud.
Yeah. No, in all honesty, I want them to continue Hawkeye, and I don't want Hawkeye to be written out. Like, I want him to still be a part of the MCU. So it's not a on-screen killing, but I don't want them to write him out or pretend like Hawkeye never existed, because I like Hawkeye. All right, guys, you can find all 4 of us at The Nerds From Work on YouTube. You can find us on SoundCloud, or you can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Nerds From Work. They don't like the word "the." Don't know why. But from all of us here at work, wait. Don't start the music yet. Turn that music off, Tank. Turn it off. You can email us at thenerdsfromwork@gmail.com. Send us questions. Please send us questions so that way I don't have to hear Brandon mope. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. From all of us here at the workplace, peace.